Okay, I'm baking cookies while I'm doing this little series. But what I was talking about was that I believe that when we die, whatever I believe is going to happen is what will happen. And so if you believe that you're going to hell, your consciousness may experience something as hell. If you believe that you're going to go to heaven and sing the praises of the Lord all the livelong day, that might be what your consciousness does. If you believe you're going to be reunited with your passed over friends and family members and pets, then I believe that that's what you do. I also believe, again, this is dependent upon your own consciousness and your own actual belief system. And I don't mean the belief system you talk about or the belief system that you're still sorting out or the belief system that you've put out there to the world. I'm talking about the actual belief system that you live by, that is anchored as personal truth within you. That belief system is what you can experience after this life. And so for me, years ago, I set up what I wanted to experience after I unzip this meat suit. And I add to it all the time. Like have y'all ever seen that movie, What Dreams May Come, with Robin Williams? You should see it, because that's basically the gist of the movie, is that in it, he has died, but his wife is still living. And she is trapped in a hell of her own making. She's still alive, but she's in such a dark place that he can't reach her from the other side. And then on the other hand, he's over here experiencing this technicolor magical world. And I don't know what it was that clicked in me that made me realize this as a truth for myself, that I could actually set this up. I would say a lot of it has to do with my ongoing faith and my belief in God and the good, and my belief in angels, and my belief that I will always be reunited again with my daddy. You know, I do absolutely believe that I wove that piece in because my dad died when I was 10. And so, of course, I want to sit with him and talk with him in the afterlife. And I do believe I'm going to have a big old hug with Jesus, and me and Mary Magdalene are going to hang out, and Isis and I are going to kick it. You know, like, I have a lot of different things I'm weaving into this, that I'm going to see all of my animals. That's the thing that cracks me up, because every time one of my pets die, and I think of the Rainbow Bridge, you know, where they cross over and they wait for us. Oh my gosh. I laugh when I imagine this menagerie that's going to show up when I'm no longer in this meat suit, because y'all, there's going to be chickens and ducks and kittens and dogs and cats and who knows what all. So, but again, that's based on what you actually believe. And so much like some people need the template of the Bible or of other spiritual doctrine or even of like man-made law to govern their world, a lot of people need someone else's vision of heaven or the afterlife or whatever. I do not believe in purgatory. No, thank you. I do not believe, well, there's a lot of things I don't believe in, but I think by telling you what I do believe in, it cancels out what I don't believe in. I absolutely believe and know that we've had past lives. I absolutely know that we choose our parents and that our children choose us as parents, because we are trying to learn very specific lessons that are unique to this soul. And even if it is a terrible experience, which mine was not, but even if it is, I do believe that on a soul level, we intended that And this does not mean blame victims or ignore someone's pain or act like the fact that someone has been brutally harmed in childhood or as a young woman or whatever, that's their fault at all. For me to make sense of the challenges and the losses and the grief, I had to see the lesson in it. I had to apply a lesson to it so that I could grow from it and not get stagnated in the wounded part of that and get trapped in a belief system that, it's tried to ensnare me many, many times of not to trust people, that I'm always going to be betrayed, right? Like there's a lot of things that I could have suffered and chosen the lesson to close my heart, to close my being, to close my energy off. And that would be a very different existence for myself than being able to apply deep healing and wisdom to those challenges. I believe that when we are pure soul, we are in a place that is not separated from the source energy. We're in a place that is, I believe, a place of love and beauty and rest. And so from that place, when we choose our challenges and we choose our parents, I think that we might be setting some high gambling in play, because at that time, we're surrounded by that light and that love. But then we come down here, we drink from the waters of forgetfulness, so we don't remember where we came from, and we don't remember our past lives, and we don't remember sitting at the table with our soul guides orchestrating this current incarnation. And so it can be really confusing when we get here, and much harder than we may have thought it was when we were connected to God's love. So always leading with empathy and compassion for the self and for others, because the human walk it's intense and grueling, and the illusion is a trap, and it is designed to be a trap. It's like a planetary not safe room. What are those things that you have to work your way out of, where I can't remember what they're called, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Escape room. Yes, the planet sometimes can become a worldwide escape room that we're trapped in, and we got to figure out how to get out of it. And so, always being mindful of that challenge and not judging someone as being further along or better than or ever so enlightened just because they're not getting trapped in it. You know what I mean? Like, in our culture, people don't tend to tell you when they're trapped in an illusion. People don't tend to go online and say, hey, by the way, I am in hell and I want out and I want to die every day. Maybe they do. Maybe some people do. Maybe my algorithm doesn't pick it up. But we often hear and consume media that tells us the best of the human experience. And then we don't see that everybody suffers and struggles. And most people who are teachers or wisdom teachers or spiritual teachers do not share the humbling experiences that drop us to our knees. We all have them. Otherwise, I don't know how we would be a fit spiritual teacher, because you couldn't understand the plight of humanity if you don't go through those human experiences yourself and find your own way out.